Good afternoon, everybody. This is Belinda again. Thank you for clicking and thank you for all the subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. I was trying to put music in the background and stuff like that, but nothing seems to be working. So kind of wanted to listen to something while I was talking, but I guess not. I haven't, it's been a week and I apologize for that. I didn't even realize it had been that long. Time can go by fast. I hope everybody's doing great. I'm doing wonderful. I've had my little ups and downs in the energy because, we are all on this journey, and my sleep is all over the place. And according to the people that I listen to, this is normal for right now. Excuse me. So what do I want to talk about today? I want to know how you guys are doing. I know that everything I say really can apply to everybody of all ages and sexes, whatever it is. But it seems that my major calling is for people around my own age. I'm 69, like I've said many times. I'm at the end of the baby boomers, I guess. But like I said, everything applies to everybody. But it's like we have people my age and older, around my age. We have a lot of wisdom. We already know all this stuff because everything that we're learning right now, some things are new, but most of it's the same, just worded differently. The difference is the time, because back then, when you're young, you think everything's new. But back then, society really frowned on that. Religion, not the loving religions, but the people that were trying to control the narrative of the world really have looked down on anything that has to do with the heart, feeling. We've always been pushed to think, think with your head, not your heart. You've heard it all. Well, you and I have been suppressed, and not just girls, all of us have been suppressed by all kinds of things. They do have the nefarious opposition that is constantly on our backs. And unfortunately, the way our world is built, it's a duality. So, we already know we were always made fun of if we were conspiracy theorists and things like that. It's not that we weren't ready for it. It was that the opposition was still too strong. So we had to struggle and plant the seeds and pave the road for what is happening now. But yet, we've been forgotten for all intents and purposes. Anything bad that happened is blamed on us. At least I hear it from my kids, especially one. But never mention the good stuff, right? And anything good they always demonize it. I've said many times that, we don't have as much control as we were led to believe. Because when you want to express your true heart, what you really feel, and pursue it, the older generation always looked down on us. They had this is what you got to do. You got to, learn, go to school, and graduate, go to college, get a job, a degree, get a job, get married, have whatever children that was acceptable, how many children were acceptable at the time, work, retire, if you're lucky, and then float away. And it's like we're like a recycle center of souls, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They had this little, do you think where we come from, if you believe in a higher power and that we are reincarnated, because those are the ones that I'm speaking to, you know, do you think that the higher powers, that's exactly what they wanted us to do? Just come in? They call destiny. There's a very wise woman. Her name is Viola Rose, violarose.com. I would recommend listening to her. But she described destiny as the, I don't remember her exact words, but because I just listened to them today, but destiny was like awesome. Destiny is the basis of our existence. Say, oh, destiny. Yeah, because everybody, if you don't do anything, you just exist and live and die and follow the little, rules. And, it's destiny. But if you awaken and realize, remove that veil that we come down in, and realize that there's a lot more to this. And you feel it when you come in, and especially if you kind of know something just doesn't fit right. Everything that they're saying, a lot of the stuff that they're saying just doesn't fit right for you, because it's not. You see, your self is trying to tell you, hey, that's not right. It's not right. Source, God is love. Everything is love. Nothing done that's in the name of God that hurts anybody. It's not from God. That's from man, the nefarious, darker energies that control a lot of the men and women. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean just man. I mean, when I say man, I mean, humanity. I guess I should start using that. They have been trying to get rid of us for a long time, and especially the feminine part of us, and they even try to take the feminine part of females, make them more masculine, because they know the power. They know the power of the feminine side. They can control the masculine part, the logical mind. The logical is easier to manipulate. Not saying that they're dumb or nothing. It's just the masculine and feminine energies. But the feminine energies are almost impossible because we're all emotion. We're all feely. We wouldn't be able to survive as a race if we didn't have some type of a little bit of femininity, because we wouldn't care. We would let our children just whatever flounder and die. Hey, what's going on right now? So right now there always has been a battle of good and bad, because that's what our existence is. But now it's a time in our planet's existence and us that it's come back around. Now there's more feminine energy. It's more accepted. Those kind of ways of thinking, of living in the heart, of feeling your way through life, those kind of things. And there actually are. There is a technique. There might be other techniques, especially now that, the feminine way is the intention, the power of intention. And so, but I know of a definite, which was a masculine way that's, it's for the guys and for the girls, for the masculine, more left brain and the right brain kind of deal. But it's a way to literally enter your heart and learn how to live within, to pull yourself, to be able to survive in this dual crazy world, because it's not going to change. Look at history. Look as far back as our history can go. Nothing has changed. Because of duality, you pray for peace and you get peace and you get war somewhere. So what do? We have to learn to live and feel in our hearts. Like, how do you do that? Well, feel. It's been so, how do you do that? How does it feel? Well, gotta remember, how did it feel the first time you fell in love? Whether it was with the opposite sex, whether it was with your child, the feeling that you had. That's unconditional love. Have you ever had that? A lot of us, when we're children, we unconditionally love our parents. Our parents can do a lot of stuff, but we still love them. Got to be a pretty effed up fat parent for your child to disown you and not love you anymore. And we're human, we do. And then it's the perspective or perception, I always get those confused, I'm so sorry, of the child, because they see their life through their eyes. It's not necessarily how we see it, I go back and forth with my kids until I finally realize that is how they saw it, and I got to give that value, whether it was good or bad. But what I'm trying to say is that we've been around a long time, and we are still needed, because the more of us, the better. I don't know what your life is now. I don't know where this world has taken you. Your choices have taken you. I don't know. But I do know that wherever you are, you can improve it if you're not happy with it. Hey, if you're happy and you love your life, like I'm loving my life, sure, there's always room for improvement. I mean, my youngest son doesn't live around me, he's back in another state. I pray and I hope, go into my heart and do it, because when you wish or pray or whatever you want to call it, co-create, create your life, if you do it within your heart, which is a unity, there's no duality there, then you can have whatever you want. My child can come and live where the rest of us are, and it won't hurt anybody back there. We don't have to not figure out how it works. It works. We're still here. Society has pushed us aside. We can't work. Nobody wants to hire us, whether we are, we're still able to physically and mentally. They may have you stand up and at a Walmart or something and say hello to everybody. But even I'm starting to see less and less of the older people doing that. But so they just try to get rid of us. They're always trying to get rid of the people that want to make change. It's happened all the time. I mean, look at our government. Holy moly. The people that are still in charge are ancient. They were in charge when I was fighting against the whatever the heck was going on over there. If you care about your planet and the environment and all that, they're still in charge. No wonder nothing has really changed. We get a little snippet. They give us a little pacifier, and put somebody that would kind of think like us, because we get so upset we want to revolt. We just go, we've had enough. And then, okay, here. Calm down. See, things will get better. And then they go back again. So what I'm getting at is that our world around us is not going to change. The outside world is not going to change unless we change inside, one at a time. And it doesn't have to take long, okay? It just takes practice. And the first step is to do something that makes you happy. Whatever it is. Dancing, looking out the window at nature, reading books, watching nature programs on TV. I love watching Good Samaritan videos on YouTube. People around the world that go around helping others because they can't do it, and they do it for free. That's what I call Good Samaritan. I see one from Texas, somebody from Australia, a few from, from England. They'll even go and clean. They see ugliness or trash or overgrown stuff in their community, and they go clean it up on their own. They don't wait, and they just go do it. I love that. That just shows me there's hope for humanity. And we may not be able to do it, but we, that in particular. But you start doing things that really, really you love. Hey, losing yourself in a puzzle, crayon, whatever. Me? I love to dance. That gets me all worked up. That gets me full of energy, because that's what you want. You want energy. Anything that's going to put you, forget about the meditating, being quiet, going within. You've heard all of that. That's just to shut you up. keep you down. No, you got to get juiced up. You got to get that energy, get that woman, that feminine energy awaken again. Remember when you were out there as a flower children over there dancing around when you were in college, all alive and wanting to change the world? Remember how full and energy you were, how alive you felt? Life? That is what you need to bring back. And you think, well, what am I going to do with all this energy? Enjoy it, baby. Spread it out. You can imagine, say for instance, you live in an assisted care living home. Can you imagine if all of us were just all happy and alive? And what would they think? They think we went crazy because they're not used to it. Our bodies are the only thing that ages. Our soul doesn't. We suppress ourselves. We let them take control of us. Our soul is still there, willing and waiting for you to wake up and come back and let it out. You're going to look ridiculous? And no, they're going to want you to think that, because that's the opposition. That's the nefarious, dark entities, whatever. They're all around us, suppressing us because they are losing a battle. And they know it. There's too many of us popping up. Pop, 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 pop. Awake, awake, awake. Hey, baby, feminine is here and it ain't going anywhere. So let her out. I don't care, man or a woman, you got it in there. You got a guy, I'm the guy. Please. I remember the guys when I used to go to the clubs and they danced and they knew how to dance. And even if you did it, you still tried. So don't tell me that you didn't feel the music and you didn't know how to dance and all that kind of emotion and feeling the music and all that and getting all, you know. I remember. So just, even if it's in your chair, in your brain, in your mind, and then just bring it down to your heart because you're going to feel it. Trust me, you're going to feel so much better. So much better. Every single day that you do that, you will feel better and better and better. Wake up. We need you. Each one of us. We don't have to travel with our bodies. We can do it with our heart. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. And then I will know when to give you more steps. The next step. But right now, the first step is to wake up. Feel. Remember how it was when you were in your teens, as a baby, as a child. I don't know if you can remember that. If you can't remember how you were as a baby, then look at the little ones. Hopefully you're still around, little ones, or on television. Every single child is the same. I've watched programs, traveling programs, because I haven't had the fortune to travel, but that's okay. I've traveled through the television. And if you look in the background, all the children, every single child is the same, no matter what country you go to. Whether it's a third world, fourth world, first world, zero world, whatever world. Children are children because we are all the same. We are born perfect, how we're supposed to. We start getting trained. Our parents don't know any better. They're just repeating what they learned. It was supposed to be like that, I guess. I don't know. So, first steps, okay? Get out of your head, into your heart. Remember how it felt to be in love with life, excited about anything and everything that makes you excited, okay? I will continue to bring this message. I'm going to check on you again, hopefully sooner. And then maybe I'll be able to give you step 2, I guess. I don't know. I just want to have fun. Don't you want to have fun? Remember, girls, all they wanted to do was have fun. That's been in music. All we need is love. That's been in, everybody's been trying forever to tell us the same thing. And we fall for it for a little bit. And then we let life, just, you know, the opposite, just kind of like get in there. It's not like you have anything else to do, okay? It'd be a good thing to practice. Occupy your heart and your mind on something that's positive. Stop thinking about the world. Stop thinking about worrying about. Don't worry about anything. That's what they want you to do. They want you to be worried. They want you to be lonely. They want you to be depressed. You're not lonely. You know damn well there's a higher source that's always with you. You know damn well we got angels, we got guardians, we got people around us. Even the nurses that assist you, or a family member. Just be loving. And the more loving you are, you know your grandchildren are going to love you more. Don't be judgmental. That is not our job. Our job is to spread love and patience. Just love. Just love them for what they are, how they are. You know, we did our job. We did it. We did it. Okay? We did it. We're here. And now we got a different job. You know, we don't have that pressure. We don't have the pressures we did. So now we can, and if you need to apologize, then friggin' apologize. And if, you know, excuse me. Yeah. You are loved. So spread some of that love. Remember how it feels and just spread it. Just remembering you're going to spread it, because your whole persona is going to change. Well, I got to go because I'm going to have a coughing fit. But I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Until I see you again. Bye-bye.